Ever checked your weather app, seen nothing but sunshine, and then bam, got a downpour with nothing but a gym sock to shield you?
Yeah.
We've all been there. Today, we're going to dive into how Tomorrow.io is using some seriously cool tech to revolutionize weather forecasting and hopefully make those surprise showers a thing of the past.
You know what's so exciting here is that, weather prediction has always relied on kind of connecting the dots with incomplete data.
Right.
It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with like half the pieces missing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.io is changing the game by like giving us a much clearer picture of what's happening up there in the atmosphere in real time.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
So we dove into an article from Tomorrow.io themselves, and they're announcing some pretty groundbreaking stuff. They're launching their own constellation of satellites equipped with, get this, radar.
It's a game changer,
Right.
literally. You see, most weather models, even the ones using AI, they struggle over oceans.
Right.
We've got land-based radar, sure,
Yeah.
but huge chunks of the planet lack that level of observation.
So that's where these radar-equipped satellites come in.
Exactly.
Like having eyes in the sky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These satellites can directly observe precipitation from space.
Wow.
We're talking global coverage, incredibly high resolution, and the ability to track storms as they form, not just after they've already, drenched someone's picnic.
Right, and they've got the data to back it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't just launch these satellites and say, trust us, it works.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Tomorrow.io put their money where their mouth is, and they put this satellite data to the test. They went head-to-head with the best NOAA's ground network and even NASA's GPM mission.
Don't keep me in suspense. How did they stack up?
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Their data wasn't just comparable. In some cases, it actually outperformed the existing systems.
Wow.
We're talking about a potential revolution in forecasting accuracy. That's the truly exciting part, how this translates to real-world impact.
Okay, so we're not just geeking out over satellite specs here. Give me an example. How does this data actually help people?
Okay, so imagine you're a farmer in Iowa,
Right.
right? And knowing exactly when that rainstorm is going to hit could make or break your harvest.
Okay, that's huge. No more relying on those old Farmer's Almanac predictions.
Exactly. Or think about disaster preparedness.
Right.
With this level of accuracy, we're talking about predicting flash floods and landslides with enough time to get people to safety.
Wow, that's powerful stuff. But how does this work for everyday life?
Mm.
I'm not a farmer or a storm chaser, but I do hate getting caught in the rain.
Think of it this way. Remember that time you checked your weather app, saw sunshine, and ended up soaked?
Yeah.
With Tomorrow.io's data feeding into apps, you'll be able to trust those forecasts like never before.
So no more surprise showers.
Hopefully a lot fewer. And it's not just about knowing when to grab an umbrella.
Right.
This data can optimize everything from flight paths for smoother travel to energy production based on like real-time wind and solar forecasts.
So instead of just reacting to the weather, we can start planning around it with much more precision. That's a game changer for sure.
Exactly. And it's not just about convenience either. Remember the article mentioned the resolution of their data is a major leap forward.
Right. They said something about seeing rain clouds at a kilometer scale.
Precisely. It's like having a magnifying glass in space.
Wow.
Previous systems would show you a big blob of rain, but Tomorrow.io can zoom in seeing individual storm cells form and develop. That's how they get such precise predictions.
That's incredible. It's like upgrading from a blurry old weather map to watching a live, high-definition feed of the atmosphere.
And that level of detail has life-saving implications. Imagine a construction company using this hyper-accurate data to adjust work schedules, keeping their crews safe during dangerous weather events.
Okay, so we're talking about potentially life-saving information here, but this all sounds pretty high-tech. How does this data actually get into the hands of people who need it? Are we all going to be checking satellite readouts now?
That's the best part. You don't have to be a meteorologist to benefit. Tomorrow.io has integrated this data into their Weather API and Resilience platform.
Huh?
These tools are designed for businesses, governments, and even everyday folks to access and utilize this incredible data.
So let's say I'm planning a weekend camping trip. Does this mean I can check Tomorrow.io and find out exactly when and where it's going to rain down to the minute? So let's say I'm planning a weekend camping trip. Does this mean I can check Tomorrow.io and find out exactly when and where it's going to rain down to the minute?
Well, not quite down to the minute,
Okay.
but you have a much more reliable forecast than ever before.
Right.
Instead of just seeing like a rain cloud icon, imagine being able to see the projected path of the storm
Okay.
and plan your hike around it.
That's amazing. No more soggy tents or ruined picnics. It's like having a superpower over the elements.
In a way, it is. We're talking about a real shift from simply predicting the weather to actually anticipating its impact
Yeah.
and making smarter decisions because of it.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. This one company, with its constellation of radar satellites, could change how we interact with the world around us.
It really highlights how interconnected everything is. We often think of weather as this separate force,
Right.
but with this level of understanding, we can start to see it as another factor to consider in our daily lives.
And just like that, the weather goes from being a source of frustration to a source of information.
Precisely. And this knowledge empowers us to make more informed choices. But it also makes you wonder,
Yeah.
if this level of precise weather forecasting becomes commonplace, how might it change the way we live, work, and plan for the future?
It's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? On the one hand, we have access to this incredibly powerful tool,
Right.
but on the other hand, it makes you wonder about the potential downsides. Is there such a thing as knowing too much about the weather?
It's a fascinating question to consider. Will it create new anxieties or dependencies?
Yeah.
Will it change our relationship with nature? It's something we'll need to navigate carefully as this technology becomes more integrated into our lives.
It's definitely food for thought. Well, if you're as fascinated by this weather forecasting revolution as we are, be sure to check out tomorrow.io's website. We'll link to the article in the show notes so you can explore the details further.
And the next time you check your weather app,
Yeah.
take a moment to appreciate the technology behind those predictions. It's evolving faster than ever, and who knows what amazing advancements are just on the horizon.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and maybe pack an extra umbrella just in case.